Section 5. How the high blood sugar damages your body. Let's try to understand the mechanism. It is very interesting, of course. Let me take my example. My body weight is approximately 70 kg. If I take all my blood out of my body and put it in the bottle, so it will be about 5 liters of blood. So imagine there is a 1 liter bottle. Then how many bottles I need to fill all my blood? About 5 bottles, if it is 1 liter bottle. Now I take 1 drop from any one bottle, 1 drop of blood, and put it in the glucometer, and the reading comes as 200. That means in 1 liter of my blood, the amount of sugar is about 2 gram per liter. This means 2 gram in 1 liter of blood. Let's say I take 1 drop of blood from your body, put it in the glucometer, and reading comes as 100. That means in 1 liter of your blood, the amount of sugar is 1 gram. So now you understand the significance of this reading as 200 or 100, what it means actually. Now, I told you the threshold for diabetes is 250 mg per deciliter. That means God has allowed you in 1 liter of your blood, if the sugar is less than 2.5 grams, then it is okay. If it is more than 2.5 grams, then that may cause some damage in the body. Let's try to understand this with a simple example. Like a motorbike. There is a rule of motorbike that in one motorbike only 2 people can travel. So let's say in one motorbike, if more than 2 people travels, say 3 people, what may be the outcome? It may lead to accident, or it may damage the bike, or may there cause complication in the traffic. So this means the law allow 2 people, only 2 people or less than 2 people in one motorbike. If it is more than that, let's say 3 people are traveling in one motorbike, what can you expect? If the traffic policemen see, they will stop the motorbike and ask one of the rider to get down. Only 2 people they can allow to go. In the same way, let's say if in your blood there is the reading in the glucometer comes 350 mg per deciliter. So this means how much sugar is there extra in your blood. If the reading comes 350 mg per deciliter, this means in 1 liter of your blood, the amount of sugar is 3.5 grams. But I just told you how much is allowed by the God. That is 2.5 grams. How much extra sugar in 1 liter of your blood is traveling? That is about 1 gram. This excess 1 gram in the blood can cause some damage. It may cause the slow movement of the blood circulation itself, which may lead to many problems. So for some of us, our brain is designed in such a manner, our brain is programmed in such a manner that our brain may give signal to the heart, signal to the blood vessel, that if the sugar is more in the blood, more than 250 mg per deciliter, then extra 1 gram, in your case it was 350, extra 1 gram, the blood should drop in the blood vessel. So brain may give signal to the blood to throw that extra 1 gram of sugar per liter, so as to avoid high amount of sugar in the blood, because the brain want to protect you from high sugar consequences. But if extra sugar is dropped or thrown in the blood vessel itself, will it cause any harm? Let's try to understand. Do one experiment. Take some sugar and take some drop of water, and then you make a paste. Apply the paste on your skin and let it dry, and then touch the skin. What do you expect? Will the skin be soft or hard? The skin will be hard. The same thing happens. If excess sugar is dropped in the blood vessel tend to become hard, and that may lead to high blood pressure. So the brain wanted to protect you from high blood sugar, but to adjust that extra 1 gram of sugar in the blood, so the sugar is thrown in the blood vessel, and that led to high blood pressure. So the brain don't want you to suffer from high blood pressure either. So for some of you, the brain is having different plan. Brain may give signal to the blood, don't throw the extra sugar in the blood vessel itself. That may lead to high blood pressure, as you know. But the brain may signal the blood to hide the excess sugar in the empty space of the body. In your body there are many empty spaces, especially between the joints, between the knees and other joints. So in those empty spaces the brain may give signal to the blood to throw the excess sugar in the empty spaces, so as to protect the body from high blood pressure. Does it not sound interesting and does it not sound logical? But there is one problem. If excess sugar is deposited in the empty space of the body, especially the joints, that may lead to some other kind of illnesses like arthritis, like pancreatitis, like hepatitis, like gastritis, like otitis. So all these illness may seem to be different as they are referring to different organ of the body, but they have one common cause, and that is high sugar in the vacant or empty space, sugar deposited in the empty space. So the brain wanted to protect you from high blood sugar. It wanted to protect you from high blood pressure, but by hiding the sugar in the empty space, that led to different kind of illness. For some of you, brain would not like you to suffer either from this kind of illness as well. So for some of you, the brain may have a different plan. Brain may give signal to the blood, don't throw the sugar here and there. After all, that may lead to some kind of complication. Brain may signal the blood that send the excess sugar to each and every cell, distribute the excess sugar in the cell itself, because eventually the cells of the body are going to use the sugar, burn the sugar, convert that into energy, and that way will avoid these kind of complication of arthritis, complication of high blood pressure. But here the important thing is, the blood as a transport system, its responsibility is taking the sugar to the door of the cells. And if the cell door is open, only then sugar can enter. To open the door of the cell, it needs a key. That key is called insulin. And there is one factory which produces that key. That factory is called pancreas. So brain, for some of you, the brain gives signal to the pancreas that you have to prepare, you have to produce, you have to manufacture more insulin, more keys, so that more cell doors should remain open, or so that cell doors should remain open for longer time, so as to accommodate that excess sugar in the blood. But here one important thing, if your body is forced to produce high amount of insulin, that may even lead to the byproduct production in high amount, that is called IGF, insulin-like growth factor. Now here, what is that IGF? IGF is an important chemical for your growth. A child grows, there is a contribution of IGF. Your hair grows, IGF. Nail grows, their responsibility is IGF. It is an important chemical for the body, for the growth. But if it is produced in large quantity, sometime body may not be able to handle that excess amount of IGF. So body may hide that excess amount somewhere in itself. Now just imagine if excess IGF is held or is stored or is thrown in some part of the body, what it lead to? It may lead to increased growth of those nearby cells, which you can call as cancer. So here try to understand, the brain wanted to protect you from some other complication, but in the process of protection, it led to cancer. Brain don't want that you should suffer from cancer either. So for some of you, the brain may have a different plan. So in your body, there are some cells which do not need the insulin to open the door. And those cells are called the brain cell itself. So for some of you, the body may decide to hide the excess sugar in the brain cells, so as to protect you from these kind of complications. But here you have to understand, if more and more sugar is being hidden or deposited in the brain cell, what it may lead to? Of course, it may lead to slow functioning of brain cells. That is called brain disorder. that's called Alzheimer, that's called Parkinson. So that is the reason why now the scientists have understood and recognized that all the brain disorder, the cause is one, excess sugar deposit. That's why the brain disorder together is given a new name, diabetes type 3. Here what I mean to say, whether it is high blood pressure, whether it is cancer, whether it is various kind of inflammatory diseases, or whether it is brain disorder, the cause is one. Your body's inability to accommodate the excess sugar. So, but for some of you, body, the brain may not do anything. This means the high sugar will remain in the blood itself, and those people are called as a diabetes patient. But among all the illnesses, diabetes is the one which you can reverse in just few days. How to do it? Find it in my remaining section.